Hello friends, today I am going to reveal some true facts of a famous Irish legend Kilkenny cat fight. Recently it was in news when this famous Irish legend was discussed in Supreme Court of India in one of its hearings. But first of all, I request you to please share and subscribe my channel for getting my informative true facts videos uninterrupted. Please note that subscription of my channel is free of cost. Now, Kilkenny cat fighter. The term Kilkenny cat refers to anyone who is a tenacious fighter. The origin of term is now lost, so there are many stories purporting to give the true meaning. To fight like a Kilkenny cat refers to an old story about two cats who fought to the death and ate each other up such that their only tails were visible. This is also a limerick with optional added couplet about the two cats. The limericks. There once were two cats of Kilkenny. Each thought there was one cat too many. So they fought and they fit, and they scratched and they beat, till, excepting their nails and the tips of the tails, instead of the two cats there were not any. Origin of word Kilkenny. The story has many roots. The earliest suggested origin is that according to the Irish legend, a monster cat, Bangaisis, made its home in Dunmore Castle in Kilkenny County, about 6 miles north of Kilkenny city. A local version of the story tells that in the mid-17th century, Oliver Cromwell's soldiers tied the tails of all the cats of Kilkenny in pairs of two and hung them over a wire. The cats then fought until they had killed each other. The other origin from this time suggests that it was a commentary on the lack of agreement when the Confederate Assembly during the Irish Confederate Wars. It is said to be an allegory on the disastrous municipal quarrels of Kilkenny, an Irish town which lasted from the end of the 14th to the end of the 17th centuries. After the statutes of the Kilkenny, the city was divided into two boroughs called Irish Town and English Town. For religious, cultural and political reasons, there were deep division between the two groups. This may lend itself to the story of two cats fighting because the right and duties of the two townships had not been made clear by statutes. This ended to lead to 3 centuries of dispute between the rival municipal bodies that ended in beginning both of them. There is a passage in the Bible which bears a resemblance to the phrase and meaning in the uses. Galatians, love your neighbors as yourself. If you bite and devour each other, watch out or you will be destroyed by each other. The story is told in 1807 as if by an Irish gentleman amongst a group of naval officers about watching two cats fighting and pushing them into an enclosed area to see the outcome, only to have no remains but a tail. Versions we are told in details in 1864. It was said that a group of German soldiers, Hessians, were stationed in Kilkenny during the period of the 1798 rebellion. To relieve the boredom in barracks, sadistic soldiers were tied two cats together by their tails, hang them over a washing line to fight and place bets on a winning cat. Gambling was contrary to military regulations. The story goes that the soldiers, alarmed by the impending arrival of an officer, released the cats by cutting their tails with a sword. When the officers arrived and inquired about the scene facing him, he was told that they have eaten each other. It is claimed to be the invention of J.P. Curran as a sarcastic protest against the cockfighting in England. He declared that he had witnessed the fight between trained cats and that once they had fought so fiercely that only their tails were left. Another story has 1,000 Kilkenny cats fighting 1,000 cats from the rest of the Ireland in a field outside Kilkenny city. All the cats died in battle. This may be a parable based on descents on the period between the people of the Kilkenny area and the other parts of Ireland. 19th century uses of Kilkenny. It appears in the quarterly review in 1822 in discussions of a lack of animals remains in a situation in Ireland. In writing about the Cephalonia in 1823, Charles James Napier comments in the letters how he hopes the French and Spanish will fight like Kilkenny cats. There was a British cartoon of the cats which appears in Punch in 8 August 1846, drawn by Richard Doyle. Oh, leave them alone. Oh, leave them alone. They will fight to the bone and leave not but their tails behind them. Up to 1847, Daniel O'Connell and Smith O'Brien were satire in Punch as Kilkenny cats. In writing about Cornwall in 1845, Thomas Carlyle reference to the Kilkenny cat is Cornwall's letter. And 1837, when describing the French National Constituent Assembly, and there with motion and counter motion, with jargon and hubbub, cancels one another like the fabulous Kilkenny cats and produce the for net results 0. Edward Gibbon Beckfield uses the phrase to describe colonial democracy in a view of the art of colonization, with present reference to the British Empire in letters between a statesman and a colonist. As does Avenger R. Hoare, talking about Edwin M. Stanton and Salomon P. Cheese during the attempts to become Lincoln's Chief Justice. It is used as a phrase by General Grant during the American Civil War, and a cartoon published by this. Mark Twain sarcastically treated the Kilkenny cats as a historical reference in his unfaltering review of the Book of Mormon that was included in his 1872 book. Roughing it, he uses it to mock the Book of Mormon's unrealistic wars of mutual extinction between the rival factions of Jaredites that end after several years and several million deaths, with one leader decapitating the other and no other survivors except the prophet witnessing and recording the event. There was no survivor except the prophet witnessing and recording the events. In popular culture and literature, Kilkenny cat. A different legend is given by George Cruikshank in his omnibus published in 1841, which tells of 6 tomcats which ate first their owner and then each other. 6 tomcats which ate first their owner and then each other. Parker Brothers published a board game named as Amusing Game of Kilkenny Cat in 1890, although capturing opponent's pawn is permitted. The rules caution players that it can be self-defeating to engage in Kilkenny cat fights, because too often initial 8 pawns are required to complete the game winning objective. In 1907, poet Alfred Percival Graves wrote about the cats of Kilkenny, Kilkenny wild cats. The inhabitants of County Kilkenny are often referred to the Kilkenny cats. The County Kilkenny hurling and Gaelic football team are well known as the Cats. The term Kilkenny cat is a clear influence on the Poggy song Wild Cat of Kilkenny. However, the song is instrumental only, so there is no reference to the phrase in the song. Other than people to somewhat feline screeching that opens in the tune. In David Weber's Honor Harrington novel, Echoes of Honor, wardens on the prison planet heads on the starvation of prisoners as the ultimate sanctions for attempt insurrections, referring to each camp's subsequent self-destructions from cannibalism as a Kilkenny camp. In my next video, I will reveal some true facts of other more interesting topics. Thanks.